The movie Dune shows exactly why the savior we crave is not the savior we need. Paul, the heroine, is in the end a false savior religiously, politically, and shows the folly of engineering and planning for the perfect leader. Yet we cheer for him, heaven before him, and can't help it despite the ruin he is destined to bring. Jesus is not the savior any of us wants or craves. He has easily, despite seeming to fail and die, is much greater in the long run and will shape Western civilization, thinking, and culture for thousands of years. In Dune, the Emperor commands the fanatical Sardaukar, who find a brotherhood in being elite soldiers to the point of religious fanaticism. The soldiers of House Atreides admire their duke with their almost fanatical loyalty. Our Arconans manipulate with utter terror, massive wealth, and cunning. Paul, though, was bred and groomed to be humanity's savior by the Bene Gesserit. They implanted the religious fervency of the Fremen for the savior they have tried to breed for thousands of years. Paul is this savior figure, yet he is destined to destroy billions of lives, maybe trillions, manipulate, and is unable to stop it unless he is willing to die. Dune shows us that religion and religious behavior cannot die, but can only be manipulated and cultivated. The Sardaukar worship their emperor and are elite soldiers because of the harsh environment they endured on Seleucus Secundus, and promises of escape and wealth by the emperor if they can prove themselves elite fighters and become his Sardaukar. The Atreides worship their duke for his charismatic behavior and his admirable lieutenants. The Bene Gesserit manipulated humanity and have worshipped the idea of breeding a supreme being that can direct humanity the power to see the future. Every faction in Dune is worshipping something, and all factions prove to worship the wrong thing. Everyone desires Paul. He is smart, wise, and a quick learner, charismatic, and seems to be everything the Fremen and Bene Gesserit have cultivated and prayed for. He seems to wish for the best for the people he leads, and the Harkonnens are so cruel and evil we can't help but root for him. Yet he sees that his reign will bring on a religious fanatical war if he either lives or dies. Only if he chooses to die early will billions or maybe trillions of lives be spared from the fanatical Fremen who worship him. Yet he chooses not to die, killing billions, maybe trillions, and instead seizes power and to manipulate those who follow him to their detriment. Jesus was not the savior the Jews wanted or desired. They wanted their savior to be more like Paul. Jesus, on the other hand, taught us to love our enemies, however, not to accuse another for their sins, but to judge ourselves, to forgive countless wrongs, to treat all as equals, from the poorest to the highest. A poor peasant carpenter who nobody wanted to care for was brutalized by the Roman Empire, would in fact conquer it from the inside out and change Western civilization forever. He is one of the main reasons why we hold all people as equals in the eyes of government and opportunity in Western society. The reason why we protest and get our way. He didn't lead the Jews to conquer the Romans by the sword, instead chose to die for sin and to show the power of love and self-sacrifice. Dune shows how a Messiah figure taking the obvious route is not always the right one, and to be careful about who and what we put our faith in. I'm Brian Cornelius from The Land of the Lamb, and I hope you see that there's some important things that we can learn about from novels that aren't always obvious, even in a strange science fiction film like Dune or the other books that Frank Herbert wrote, but they are very important and they still can be very useful for evangelism and seeing the power of Christianity. Please like and share. Thanks for watching. Bye.